Alright, so I'm going to show you how to install the splash guards on my GX. They're a 6-piece design. I made them and cut them out. Hopefully you bought a set. That's probably why you're here. So it's very easy. The shapes are not intuitive, so I'm gonna lay out the shapes and their position. And also, there are some overlapping holes, so there's a little bit of order of operations on how to install these splash guards. So, without further ado, let me show you. Here are the first 3 pieces that you're going to want to lay out. The left is the front of the vehicle, and then middle piece and rear piece. Here you can see I've set them up for the overlap. So this first hole, second hole, and one more hole. These are all overlapping. There is one hole right here that goes into the shock tower, and this takes the 1/4-inch clip. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the driver rear. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes for this piece. Alright, so here I am installing the rear splash guard on the driver's side. As you can see, I did not start with the topmost hole. That's because the middle piece overlaps with that hole. So you can start with just about any other hole but that one. Alright, so this last hole, as you can see, you have to kind of tuck the splash guard behind that brake hose bracket and then pop that clip in there. Moving on to the driver's front, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a shock tower clip. That is the 1/4-inch clip. There are 2 of those, one on each side. Again, I don't start with the top 2 holes because those holes will have an overlap with the middle piece. So now I just go counterclockwise, put my clips in, put the shock tower clip in, remember 1/4-inch clip. And that's it. Okay, now we're moving on to the middle piece. As you can see, these are the 2 holes that overlap. And then there's a 3rd hole, 4th hole, close to another hole, don't get them mixed up, and a 5th hole. That hole also overlaps. Alrighty, time to install the middle piece with clips. I elected to start at a hole that did not have an overlap, but to be honest, you can start wherever you want. You can put the middle piece on top or below when you are doing the overlapped pieces. I don't think that there are many pros or cons to either way. This is just how I decided to do it. And the last 2 holes, remember, both of these holes do overlap with this other piece. And there you have it. The driver's side is done and fully protected. Alright, here we have the passenger side splash guards. The one on the right is front, and here they are overlapped. There are 2 overlapping holes, there and there. And then the shock tower hole. This shock tower hole gets the other 1/4-inch clip. I elected to start on the rear splash guard on the passenger side as well. Remember, don't do the topmost hole as that hole is an overlapping hole. Also, remember to tuck this little piece behind the brake hose bracket. Now just install your other clips and we can move on to the next piece. Alright, here we've got the front splash guard. Now that top hole is an overlapping hole, so don't start with that one. I elected to start with the shock tower hole with the 1/4-inch clip and work my way around. There are 2 other holes in the frame, one right here and one right here. Watch me fumble around with it. And that's good. So now we're doing the middle piece here. And the middle splash guard has 3 holes, 2 of which are overlapping. As you can see, there's a 4th hole right here. That is a hole I drilled. I got a little excited when I was doing the splash guards, forgot I drilled that hole, and actually punched a 4th hole in this middle splash guard piece, and about half of them. So if your splash guard has a 4th hole on this passenger side middle piece, just disregard it. It doesn't go anywhere, unless you want to drill your own hole. So after you get this last clip pushed in, and it looks like it's good to go, there's one more thing. You gotta tuck this little flap behind your ABS sensor wire, and then everything should be good to go. Ooh, we're starting to get some rain. And there you have it, splash guards installed. I hope that the video wasn't too long or boring. And I really hope that these splash guards serve you well. Thank you very much for buying them and trusting in us, you know. We did put quite a bit of time and effort into cutting these out and punching those holes and making sure things line up, so I hope you enjoy them.